Hello, YouTubers. Who's that? Anyway, Andy Nash. I feel like shit. I'm really, really sick. But this is a story about jury duty. So, along with other stuff. I served on Monday, 2 days ago. And on Thursday, I finished tutoring. I was really wiped out. This summer has sucked because I got every day, every fucking day, 4 to 6 hours of physics. I tutor Gen Chem, I tutor Orgo, medical college admissions test. But this summer, the first people that signed on were all doing physics. And I like explaining physics, but just doing the problems in the back of the book really, really sucks. It gets tiresome because you can't be creative. And so it's been kind of grueling. And by the time I got to Thursday, man, I was wiped. That was like my last day. And I tutored this gal who had a fever. I kept the door open. But, yeah, that's not working yet. I'm taking this. I'll explain why these guys over here, shit, these guys over here didn't work in a moment. But anyway, I was like really run down, and she had a fever, and then someone was disturbed that the door was open, and so I closed it, and because I was so round down and all, Saturday night I got sick, and then I started taking these fucking things, the zinc. Now the thing is that there's some really good science say they decrease the intensity and duration of cold symptoms. And so the thing is, which I'm experiencing right now, but they don't work on all viruses, like influenza virus and a bunch of others. Primarily, they work on rhinoviruses, and it has really good success with them. The video that I made about that was taken down when Pre-Med 411 went down, but if you want more information about that, basically the deal is you can go online, but look for studies on zinc, chelated zinc, 23 milligrams. So that's what they use in the study, and you can like kind of figure it out for yourself. A nice study, and I found personally that it works except when it doesn't work. So I took this zinc from, so I got sick Saturday night, and I took it Sunday and Monday and yesterday, Tuesday, and then I said, fuck it, it's not working, and I feel like this. So anyway, I set up jury duty for Monday because they called me to serve earlier, and I said, let's move it. In the state of Florida, you can move it within 3 months, and so I put it for the end of tutoring just to get it out of the way. And it was an interesting experience. I'd been called 4 times for jury duty. This is the 4th. I got selected once for a jury, but they settled in civil. This was a criminal, but it was a DUI. And basically, what had happened is that the prosecutors were kind of kids, and the guy that was doing the main job, he was just learning. And he had this gal who was just a little bit older than him that was kind of helping him out by writing notes, and the judge was helping too. And the truth is the prosecution did a terrible, terrible job. But the defense didn't do that great a job either. And the thing is that it was interesting. The first thing off is they had this thing called voir dire, and to speak the truth. And so that's where they picked the jurors. And the thing is that there were some real yahoos, and I didn't want yahoos because I didn't want to get picked. I believe in serving, my civic duties and responsibilities and all, but I didn't want to get picked. And I could already tell. There were so many yahoos. I could already tell. These are people that couldn't get through Philosophy 101 because when you ask them a question that's very clear, they just answer something totally different based on nonsense. And they're not trying to get off the jury, except for one guy. He was definitely trying. But he was such a yahoo that he couldn't have got on if he wanted to. He started making friends with a judge who told him to don't do that, and the bailiff, and he even asked the prosecution for his card right in the middle of things because he'd like to talk to him later, and started talking about his family members instead of answering the questions and stuff. Anyway, I was thinking, thank God, because that guy I wouldn't want ever to be picked on a jury and have to sit in a room with him. But anyway, I kind of knew most of the people that were going to get picked. I already decided. And I even talked with them afterwards. I kind of said, what the deal was, and because, kind of make friends and stuff. But anyway, the non-Yahoos got picked, and one of them was me. And one of the guys that got picked, and he ended up being the foreman, he was kind of like, he was a little bit older than me. I'm going to be 50 tomorrow. And look what I got in the mail the other day. Yeah, it's a great gift from a secret admirer. Anyway, thank you. But anyway, a YouTuber. So while during voir dire, what happened was I kind of he made a comment, and he's a wise ass like me, and so they were asking him, but he was like a kid, kind of like me, and a wise ass like me, and so they were asking him, what do you think the meaning of impaired is, and he kind of said, unable to do this, unable to do this, unable to do this, unable to eat pizza, which is kind of the ending, his wise ass thing, which is something that I would say. And during a break in voir dire, I said, I agreed with your definition except the pizza bit, because I've been terribly, terribly impaired and all those other things, but still have managed to eat pizza. And we became friends and stuff like that. Anyway, so we got picked, and they picked 7, and then they let the alternate go. And so I guess I'll tell you a little bit about the case, and maybe I'll make this 2 boring videos instead of 1 boring video. Basically, it was a very short case with 1 witness, the cop that pulled this guy over. He's a golf pro at Doral, which is a big golf course. And essentially, he was out late on Miami Beach on a Sunday night. And it wasn't Sunday night, it was Sunday, Monday night, just to be clear. And the cop says that he went through a red light. And then he swerved and almost hit the median, almost with inches of the median. And then he did all these kind of sobriety tests, which the guy failed. And then when the cop said, okay, stand on one leg and pull the other leg out, the guy said, the cop says that he refused, and then when he was taken to the station, it was arrested, he refused the sobriety test, and that was basically the idea. And what happened is the defense came along, excuse me, and they said, look, it wasn't a red light, it was a flashing red light. And then the defense did something really stupid, because the defense in the opening statement basically said the cop is lying. And here's why he's lying. Because this golf pro, he was leaving this function, this party, where he admitted that he drank some wine, but not much. And he saw 2 girls fighting, and he saw an officer. He approached the officer and said, hey, there's 2 girls fighting. You should do something about that. And the cop got pissed at him and said, don't tell me what to do. And he got the name of the officer. His name was Officer Smith. And so then the defense said that the cop was really mad, the cop that pulled him over, but the connection between Officer Smith and this other cop was a problem. And Officer Smith never came into the trial. So the defense could have subpoenaed him. And admittedly, Smith is a very common name, but we knew the location and all that. So anyway, so what the defense did was they should have said, no, he never swerved. The cop is lying, because he mentioned the cop is lying about lots of other things, but he says, well, we all swerve when we make a turn. That wasn't too good. And the Officer Smith thing was also a problem. But the defense was very confident and sure of themselves. So what happened is that, I know, you can hardly wait.